sudden there is something or other that we have not have even thought of. Are you there? Yeah.
Yes, everything is like every time I also join a something new is there. I just saw the message. I was out somewhere, so I just like went through this group chatting and checked out, and straight away I just clicked the link that something new is there. So
There is one more person by Kawaljit Kaur. Sat Shri Akal, ma'am. Welcome.
Sat Shri Akal, ma'am. Thank you.
Nice to
Nice
see
to see
you.
you here.
Yeah, same here. Happy New Year to you also, ma'am.
Same to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. So you are from which school, ma'am?
Delhi World Public School.
All right, all right.
Hi, Kusum ma'am. How are you doing?
So, ma'am, it's
Yeah, we
5.
can start exactly
Yeah,
at
we
5.
can.
Hello all, a warm welcome and a very good evening to all of you. I, Deepika Paspaleti, AIF Master Trainer, Mrs. Mala, Deen Dayalu Master Trainer, as well as Mrs. Kirti Master Trainer, are here to give our inputs as well as our learnings on teaching learning styles. We hope to get more from you all also. So it would be an active participation from both our ends, right? But before we go into this particular thing, I would like to ask you what exactly is style, as per our understanding. And please, excuse me. So I would like to ask you what exactly is style as per you. I would be sharing a Mentimeter link to all of you. If you are, I would expect you to just share your thoughts here. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So here the link. I would expect everyone to, give your inputs on what exactly is style as per us. Can you all see that? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's
Yes,
visible.
yes.
I have just submitted.
Yeah. I'm getting it. Thank you. So it's on the screen here. I'm showing it to all of you. So my question was very simple when I asked what exactly is a style. Style, okay? It could be fashion, it could be trend, it could be anything, but we got it. Method, a way how one learns, one's way of doing things, etc. Yes, this can also be incorporated when we are talking about a style, okay? A style through which we actually make an impression on the other person. A change. Wow, wonderful. A change. Anyone else? Lovely. I like this change. May I know who wrote that? A
It
change?
is Mala.
Okay, lovely. A change. It's a trend. It's a change. Correct. Method to incorporate something. Wonderful, ma'am. Anybody else? So I will stop sharing this and I will start my presentation with you all.
Deepika, ma'am, 1 second.
Yeah.
Meena, ma'am, welcome to the show.
hello, ma'am. How
Hello,
are
ma'am.
you?
Yeah, I'm Mala. Hope you know me.
Yes, definitely, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Welcome, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You may
Can we
start.
continue?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is a style? Style is nothing but a reflection of our attitudes and our personality. Okay, and that is why style is very, very important. I hope all of us agree on this that when we teach inside a class, thank you so much, Kanwaljit ma'am. This is what I just wanted to tell. Yes, exactly. So, for teachers, it reflects how we convey our message, that is the content, to the learners. Very well said. No, but it also has to do with personality. What personality we carry when we, go inside the classroom. We are innovative in various methods. We are calm, we are emotional, we are social, we are objective, we are active. We have a character that we need to give. We need to be extrovert, we need to be curious, to learn different methodologies when we are incorporating the same session in the class. We have to be a psychologist, we have to be loyal to our students, and we have to be introvert at certain times when we ask our students to work on the concept. And we have to be compassionate, we have to be active, we have to be clever, and most of the times we are loner. Can anybody tell why we are loner when we are inside the classroom? I'm not talking about general perspective. Why is a teacher's personality a loner inside the classroom?
She's the guiding force.
And something else?
She's on the other part of the.
Yeah, correct, Kirti ma'am. Please go ahead.
Students are on the other side and she's on the other side. And
true.
She has to handle everyone.
Everything. I totally agree on this particular aspect, yes. So, but what does this personality or what does this style constitutes when we are talking about it? These are the thoughts that, we take it. These are the feelings that we incorporate and our behavior. Do we all agree on the fact that our behaviors constitute a major point when we are sometimes the style? Yes, ma'am, it will not match with the kids. That I am going to tell. Now, do you agree that, our behaviors incorporate a major part of classroom teaching learning process? Our behavior has an important aspect to it. Do we all agree on this particular fact? Mala ma'am, do we agree on this particular fact? Yes. Thank you. But there are certain things which I wanted to show before we go quickly. This is a quick thing. What are we understanding from this particular picture? What's happening here?
The teacher is all restrained.
Restrained. Something else?
The students have all the freedom.
The students have all the freedom. This is what a chaotic classroom looks like when we are not ready, or when our teaching styles.
When we are not ready, or when we are not able to deliver those things as per the students' requirements. True. This is the case which happens.
Correct. This is exactly the same thing when our teaching styles do not match with the learning styles. Correct. This is what has happened. The teacher is constrained, and the class becomes claustrophobic after a point of time. What's happening here in this particular picture? Have you ever felt this? We felt it. And I can vouch everybody felt it.
Yeah.
When did this happen? 2020. I hope all of us, for the first time, we went digital and, we didn't know what to do. Am I correct or not? And this is what the first thing which comes in my mind when, we talk about. Yes, Kusum Rathod, madam, were you about to say something? Okay, now what happened in what is happening in these two scenarios? There is one picture here on the top, which is online class. I hope everybody agrees to this. This is what the situation looks like. Am I correct or not? And in the second picture, what is happening? We are talking about a physical setup of classroom where, the students are not at all into the class, and, the teacher is teaching on its own. So there is a mismatch here. What does this picture talks about? The first one and the second. The first one talks about that, this is the ever present scenario where, the teacher as well as the students are continuously having a fight. Am I correct or not? Do we have this fight continuous in certain aspects, especially maybe certain contents in our delivery? Certain things where, the child is not ready to understand, and, we are fighting with our teaching styles to incorporate this with them. Do you agree with me? Yes. And in the second picture, which you can see, the teacher is there presenting something, and, the children are quite active, and, they are ready to answer. These are two teaching styles. I mean, these are two different
And
aspects. Yes.
Can
Mala.
I add something,
Sure, sure.
Deepika
Please
ma'am,
go
to
ahead.
this? See, in the second picture, the teacher had given freedom to all the four children over there.
True.
So some are standing. There are different types of learning styles that a child can take.
Correct.
So one is standing, raising his hand. One is having both the hands out. Two are sitting on the floor and having active listening in there. So the styles over here is being thought of.
Yeah, the learning styles.
And one
Yes,
more
Rupinder
thing,
ma'am.
may I speak? It is like the style in which the children are included in the activity, so they are part of that learning and teaching.
True.
So nobody is a preacher here. Like it is, atmosphere is such that both can be enjoying the session.
It's a collaborative work. Can I put
Yes.
it a little?
We can say
Yes.
student centric.
Student centric. Thank you, Archana ma'am, for your input. And the first one is, can anybody tell what is the first one?
Teacher centric.
Teacher centric. Thank you, Archana ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay. Can you just tell what is these two? I just gave the heading as styles, please, but I just wanted to know what is the first picture, what is the second picture. So without a much ado, I'll just give you a few questionnaires once again. Just for a quick understanding. Just a moment, somebody is joining. Yeah, so this is 1 Mentimeter, this thing that, I wanted to, let's analyze how students learn best. When do they learn best? Okay, so I'm getting the results, and the results are here. I'll just share the screen with you all. Quick share screen. Best. Yes. So yes, as per the one, when they have clear goals on what is to be taught, as well as they feel independent and supported. Yes, true. So these are the two things where we need to look too much into it. There is something else which I want to talk before when they take active part in teaching and learning. Correct, man. That is also one of the aspects. This also, I want you to quickly fill this. So yeah, we got the result. What is your teaching style? So what is our teaching style exactly? The teaching style is collaborative, isn't it? We all go with the collaborative aspect where, the classes are designed more learner-centric rather than teacher-centric. Thank you so much for for helping out. Let's go back into this thing. Heuristic method. Madam, would you like to talk few things about this heuristic model? This would be great.
It is slightly interaction, madam.
Okay.
We have to get the answers in the children. We are asking small questions.
Yeah, can we call that as motivation questions? Can we call that as a motivational question?
Motivational question or concept wise only. If a concept is being developed, example in class 6th and all,
Yes.
numbers is being prime number, composite number and all. We have to make them understand the topic such a way that we have to put on questions and they will come out with the answers.
Correct,
That method is called heuristic.
Yes, true. Now, the next thing which I'm going to quickly brief you on are learning styles. We all know what are different learning styles. Am I correct or not? That is what that incorporates that multiple styles, which has auditory, visual, kinesthetic, music, and all that aspects. So this is just a brush. We are not dealing into it. It is just for our understanding how our teaching styles are incorporated based on these learning styles. So, but now we have to go into what are teaching styles. Now, teaching styles are authoritative or lecture-based styles, demonstrator or coach styles, facilitator or activity styles, delegator or group styles, hybrid or blended learning styles. Now, what is an authority or lecture style? It is mostly incorporated at the primary level to the higher level, where the lectures are teacher centric, and certain concepts like physics, mathematics, as well as English, where the child is not ready to the child is not completely aware of the concept. So this is where this authority or lecture style comes into the picture. And certain times authority style is very, very important to have a good grip over the classroom also. Now, what is demonstrator or coaching style? Can anybody tell me what exactly is this demonstrator or coaching style? This demonstration is nothing but where the
In
teacher.
demonstration, we actually show something to the group.
Correct.
And
It
then
could be
students
map,
are
it could be
watching.
3D model, it could be anything. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it is. And in the practical mode, the students are also practicing side by side.
Side
That
by
is the
side.
practice.
Yeah, it is side by side, and it is well suited for subjects like music, art, science, etc. Even from primary level, when where we have something to demonstrate and tell, show and tell method. Exactly. The next one is the facilitator method. What is facilitator? It is something like the student centric approach, where the classroom or the teaching styles are designed based on that only. The teacher become a facilitator. The content or the subject is presented to the child, and the child is giving out and this child is giving his or her opinion here. That becomes the facilitator or activity styles. Now, what are the different activities that we can incorporate in a teaching style? Or in our teaching day-to-day activities? It could be group discussion, it could be peer-to-peer learning, it could be, and from there on it could be anything. Now, what is delegator or group style? Case studies too. Correct, madam. The delegator or group style is, again, it necessitates group work. Okay, and we are talking about group discussions based on certain concepts. It can be used in mathematics, where the group is divided, the class is divided into different groups, and they are working on a different or a concept. Correct, madam. It could be project work, it could be mind mapping, it could be concept mapping. Specifically, I use it for my English classes before giving them what exactly is the idea of that particular poem or that particular story, without even giving them what exactly is the story about. It could be about anything. We can use it for creative writing, we can use it for letter writing, and science, mathematics, anything. A problem, you give an extra problem, and they put them in a group, and they can do this. Correct. We can use it even for the classroom projects also. Now, the last but not the least, hybrid or blended learning. Yes, we are incorporating this. But what is hybrid and blended learning? It is an integrative style that incorporates the multiple personalities of a student here. It's very popular with subjects like English, sciences, as well as mathematics to certain extent, and social studies, where they have case studies too in EVS, as well as teaching through technology. Correct, madam. But here we are giving them or facilitating them with a case which is presented through a technology method. Again, as you have told, maybe I will show them a video on that, and I'll ask them their inputs on it. Yes. But what exactly is happening with us? These are the teaching styles which we incorporated when we had these classes before pandemic. But now, what has happened? You all know what has the transmission or the transformation of our teaching styles have incorporated with the generations, or with the pandemic. I can say from face to face we went to online, and then there is a blended learning, and then we are going into the hybrid learning.
I want to just add on something to
Please,
it.
please.
As I have to speak on that later on, obviously, but then there is something, as you said, that when we were studying, this was there. And I would like to say that this kind of blended or hybrid teaching was there even through from the ancient ages as well, when the students were studying in the classroom was basically under a tree. They were studying in gurukuls or ashrams where there was natural environment. The classroom was nature. They were sitting under a tree, and then they were doing the all the kind of physical activities as well, and they were doing household chores of the ashram and their gurus as well. So it kind of blended. Learning had three elements: the household chores, the physical and the combat training, and also this all the Ved and Purans they were
Wonderfully
learning.
put, Kirti ma'am. Exactly. The chores which, the gurus told the students to do, true, as well as, the proper learning, as well as the connecting world learning is something which is a blended learning, which is not a new concept. Am I correct or not? True. Very well put. Now, what is axiom before we go into the spectrum? Now, axiom is a statement or a proposition which is regarded or being established, accepted, or self evidently true. But what is the spectrum and all that? Now, spectrum is nothing but amalgamation of various teaching styles which have been put into one umbrella. Okay. Now, there are different teaching styles which we all have used, but without our knowledge. So, I just wanted to give you a brief, and then, my friends would take over. So, this is axiom, and exactly what is teaching as per this spectrum styles of learning and teaching. Just a moment. Yeah. Teaching is a chain of decision making. I hope all of us agree on this particular aspect, that it is a decision making not only by the teacher but even by the learner to learn. Now, the anatomy of any style depends on three aspects of it, specifically teaching. Now, what exactly are these? Pre-impact, impact, and post-impact. Now, what is pre-impact? We can call it as a lesson planning, or we can call it as a lesson planning, where we are trying to incorporate various styles before even going into the class. The impact, the second one, impact, is the kind of impact that we present or we create when we impart these teaching styles in the classroom with the content available. And post impact is nothing but the assessment or the feedback which the students gives us after they finish the class. Now, what is feedback? They are not ranking us, but they are giving us what they have learned. Right. Now, who are the decision makers in this particular spectrum? It is not only the teachers, but even the learners. Do you agree with this aspect that, learners are also decision makers? Yes. Yes, they are the decision makers. That's true. And the spectrum has A to K aspects of the teaching styles. Fine. Now, what are these A to K aspects of teaching styles? Those are these. Now, there is a command style. There is a, and I want to learn, no one can teach. Correct him. It's a curiosity of a child that makes him learn. We cannot take a camel to water and ask the camel to drink until and unless it is thirsty. True. Command style, practice style, reciprocal style, self-check style, inclusion style, guided style, convergent style, divergent discovery style, learner designed integrated practice style, learner initiated style, and self-teaching style. So these are certain styles which have been incorporated and have been put into the spectrum. Now, what are instructor-driven decision making and student-driven decision making? You can see there is a reproduction style and the productive style, right? Now, reproduction style are command, practice, reciprocal, self-check, inclusion styles, and from guided discovery to self-teaching, these are productive style, which the child, and these are student-centric styles. Just quick brush on all these things so that we understand before what Mala ma'am and Kirti ma'am have to tell. Now, command style is nothing but like the authority style, where the teacher is the sole center of the content, and he is the one who has the full power authority on the content being given. Now, what is practice style? Practice style is nothing but it is developing independent and private practice of memory reproduction task. This is like taking feedback from a teacher and applicable for most of the homeworks that we give it to them from the primary to higher level. Science, mathematics, computers, English, social, and all the other subjects come into this particular this thing. What is reciprocal style? C. Same as delegator style that we have seen. Now here what happens? Peer feedback is being taken. Okay, collaborative method. So I'm not touching more into it. What is self-check style? D. Now, self-checked style D is nothing but the next step of reciprocal style, where they are able to connect or correct their own errors with the help of their peers. Okay, the first one is peer-to-peer interaction, and they come with this thing. The second one is both the peers do their homework at a separate end, and they both come and they both check their styles. So that is where the difference lies. Inclusion style. Now, if there are multiple entries of difficulty levels being provided by the teacher here, it could be a quiz, maybe a quiz from basic quiz to the advanced quiz. It could be basic question to advanced question. For English, it could be the generic question to extrapolatory question, and so on and so forth. Same example with mathematics, science, and social, etc. Now, guided discovery practices. Thank you, Archana ma'am. Guided discovery practices are learner is connected. One second, there is some small minor glitch here. I am so sorry about it. Yeah. Learner is connected to peer or group to get the answer or the solution. It is same as our delegatory style, right? It basically happens mostly in mathematics classes or science classes, where they actually sit with their peers and work on the difficult problem which they are unable to understand from the command or from the concept being taught by the teacher. Now, coming to this convergent styles, the convergent styles are the quick and the most famous styles where the riddles, word search, puzzles, solving methods, or unknown elements of mathematical problems or situational analysis are being provided. Now, this has seen a major popularity when we had this online classes. Okay, divergent discovery styles. It develops emotional confidence as well as the cognitive capacity of a child. This happens mostly with social sciences case studies, economics, or EVS case studies. The small, what is water, or how can you develop water, how to save water, etc. And when we go to English, we have this certain extrapolatory questions: how to connect with the world, how to connect with the nation, how to connect with your friends, etc. So all these things are this particular style. Now, learner designed styles or learner designed individual program styles. Learner designed initiative as well as self teachings are something where both I'm combining and I'm giving it to you. The subject matter decisions and the program focus, identification of sequence, everything is dependent on the learner, and these two styles are actually for 8th onwards. Now, what happens in the 8th class onwards, different concepts the child is learning beforehand, and they are the one who's telling it. If we have seen in our classes, certain students raise their hands, finish their homework and all that, these people can be fit into these kind of teaching learning styles. Now, before I end my session here, or my set of sessions, I just want to tell you the teaching style shapes are learner learning styles. Okay. Thank you, Meena ma'am. Thank you so much. Now, to get an immature learner, to make him into a mature learner, how does a teaching style incorporates that, my friends will tell. So here I will stop my presentation and I will let Mala ma'am to take over. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Deepika ma'am. I'm just sharing my screen.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am. It is quite
All
clear.
right. Okay. So I'm going to touch a bit of learning styles as well as teaching styles. So I just, just wanted to make it colorful. I just made this one. So how are we going to make our learners with our teaching style an effective one? As you see on my PPT, I have written certain styles. The first one that you can see is a visual style, auditory style, physical, verbal, logical, social, and solitary. There are many types of styles that we can choose from, like how to know what type of a learner are your students. So what is a teaching style? It is a manner in which a teacher effectively and efficiently, so to F's are there, effective and efficient, that interacts within the classroom to bring about the quality. There is quantity learning as well as quality learning. You, as we teachers, we know what is quality learning and what are we going to deliver is going to be the learning should be of a quality one, of a particular subject matter among the students. So this is considered as one of the teaching style that we as teachers have to concentrate on. Now, I'm going
not
to
able to hear. Is my internet not working or?
Others, can they hear? Excuse me.
I can hear you.
Yes, audible.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Might be there is a glitch in your side, ma'am. Please. So I'm going to concentrate on only 3 types of styles. One is the visual one, as I could see, and you also can see that 60% of our learners and we people belong to that 60% category are visual learners, out of which 30% come under the auditory ones and 10% are the kinesthetic or the kinesthetic learners. So visual, what is visual? With our eyes, we see. We easily catch the diagrams, reading, pictures, maps, pen and paper, reading the news. All these things that we do come under the visual part. Auditory part, you will have the hearing skills, talking skills, the lectures, the music that you can hear, instructions given. Take a paper, take your scale, mark 5 centimeter, draw a line. All these are the instructions that we give. So this is an auditory one that the learner is going to take. Debates, memorize, hear for languages, listen to news, all these come under the auditory cadre. Kinesthetic is like sometimes what we do is while we are listening to certain things, we will be noting down certain points or we will try and do certain things. If anybody teaches you how to make a particular logo or something, as they are teaching, the kinesthetic learners will be doing it side by side. And they always have that movement. Sometimes you can find certain students moving here and there, but they always listen to us. They are 10% of the people. They learn by doing. They participate. Their experiences speak about them. They have field trips. They love to have field trips. They make models, and they are always moving from one place to the other. Right? Now, predictions of these learners, it will be fun loving to see. It's a prediction. We need not be a tarot reader or something like that. You can just predict what type of learners do we have. So visual learners normally, if we just look at their background of what type of job are they doing, they might be interior designers, or they might be sculptors, architects, or engineers. I'm talking about the visual learners. What about the auditory? We come under the auditory cadre. A teacher, journalist, lawyer, politician, a blogger, a poet. They can come, these people comes under the auditory learner. Kinesthetic mein, you can find dancers, all the physical education teachers, actors, athletes, yoga teachers, and martial arts. So these people come under the kinesthetic. Do we all agree to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay. So now I have written certain styles of certain students, like of the 3 main styles that I have taken. Visual learners will love to write. They copy from the board. Whatever we write, they will be copying it. They always sit in the front. If there is no place in the front row, they try to sit on the floor also. Have you seen children like this? They will always love to take notes. They always color their notes with the highlighters. They like to make flashcards. They like to watch videos. So all these visual learners are good in 2 things. Either in a listening competition, they excel, or writing an essay. And what about the auditory style learner? They record information. They read the textbook. They like to read and know about it. They like to speak. They repeat the information. They keep on repeating the information with their eyes closed. So you have to decide like whether you have done these type of activities. Normally, if you are very busy, you want to, concentrate on certain things. I have seen people closing their eyes and, they used to repeat information. Then avoid auditory distraction. Suppose they are listening to something and there is a noise like pulling a chair or a table, they easily get distracted, the auditory learners. These are the things. And what are they? They excel in which one? Reading comprehension, they are very good at. And for the oral exams, you get all the answers from these auditory learners. And what about the kinesthetic learner? They make a game. They make a game of their own. They visit a particular location. They always take breaks. They are fun-loving people, I should say. Whenever there is a class for 1 hour, they normally want to take a break in between. They want to sit comfortable. They want to be with all those coziest things in their side, and they want to listen to anything in a very comfortable way. And they love to do activities because they are people who do while something is being taught. So they are very good at multiple choice and long written tests. Now, we will have a small, this one, like you can have a pen and a pencil and you can note down to which category we all belong to. So far, if you do not know what is your learning style, here we go with this particular slide. We have 10 small questions where we will have a conclusion that what type of a learning style are we in. So the first question, I'm reading it out to you. You can just write one and you can write whether it is the first option or the second option or the third option. When learning something new, I need to. If you are about to learn something new, what would you like to do? You read the information, see the diagrams about it, or listen to a lecture or discuss it, or you will try it out. So if you belong to 1, 2, 3, I would like Deepika ma'am and Kirti ma'am also to try this so that it will be fun loving to see what type of a learner are you. So here goes the second question. When assembling a toy, when you go to MacD's kuch saal pehle, you would have got small toys to make also. So what will you try to do when you are assembling a toy? First, there will be a small paper where the directions or how to join these will be given. Will you do that? Or will you listen to someone and then you will make it? Or you will start doing it with the pieces and figure out what to do yourself. So you have 3 options over here. When it is a toy, what will you do? The third question is, when giving or receiving directions to a new address. Suppose I'm going to a particular place. I do not know how the direction, I do not know how to go to that particular place, the address. So what will a person do? Either me or you. Whether you will draw a map and write out the directions, or will you have someone explaining the directions, or you will just go there and find your own way. So whether you are 1, 2, or 3, that would be, I'll be very happy, or you will be very happy to know which is your learning style. After meeting someone, I usually remember how he or she looked. You will remember that person, how he or she looks, or what they said, or what they did. So this is the fourth question. And the fifth question is, when spelling a word, normally I have seen many people doing this. When spelling a word, suppose if I say nudging, nudge your students. So what is the spelling for nudging? Most of it will start writing from N-U-D-G-E. But it starts with K. K is silent over here. So what will you do? Will you write out that particular hard word, or will you spell the word, or will you write the word in the air? So there are 3 options. So which one will you be choosing for your learning style? The sixth question is, when I'm trying to concentrate, I am most distracted by the people and things I see around me. I get distracted. If somebody opens a door and they just look into my eyes, I get distracted. Or if you hear some sounds and noises, you get distracted. Or movements or physical activities going on around me. So there are 3 options. So which one you are going to choose will be your own learning style. The 7th question is, the following is true for me. I love to read books and magazines. I like to listen to music. I like to go to field trips and explore myself. So which are you? And the last 2 questions, which one do you prefer? Art, music, dance, or sculpture? So there are 3 options over here also. So quickly write 8, 1, 2, or 3, and you will know about yourself. In a class or a seminar, I usually, what do you do when a seminar is going on? Always during a seminar, they give you notepads. So what do? You draw pictures in that, or you listen carefully to the seminar, or you take lots of notes. So what are you? Right? And the last question is, when I am trying to memorize something, I prefer to write it repeatedly, say it aloud repeatedly, or do something repeatedly. So which one are you going to do? Now, I have the answers revealed over here, but I'm going to click onto the view responses. So if you have clicked more of once, you are a visual. Number 2, you are an auditory listener. The number 3, you are a kinesthetic listener.
So I belong to the kinesthetic part then.
Ma'am, I'm giving you this one. So you just have to do one thing. I'll tell you what has to be done. 1 second. Ma'am, please take your mobile phones and just type classpoint.app. It's very fun-loving to do this one, because this is what I meant by the learning style and the teaching style. So this is going to be a fun-loving part from your side. 1 is for a visual learning.
Ma'am, what is the site name, ma'am?
Classpoint.app. Deepika ma'am, can you write it on this one message?
I'm doing.
Yeah, the chat box, sorry. Ma'am, just type classpoint.
It is asking for class code.
I'm giving you, ma'am, just a second.
Okay.
So thank you so much. I'm just giving you the code. The class code is 32613. I'm repeating it once again. 32613. Have you done it, ma'am? So can I start? I'm just starting, right? So
done.
Now I have started. Now you have these 3 things in your screen. You just have to type whether you are a visual one or an auditory one or a kinesthetic one. So let's see what people are you? What is your learning style? There are 5 participants. Deepika ma'am, आप भी join कर लो and
I joined. I don't know. I'm
ma'am.
getting only your
Okay.
slide. That's it.
Ma'am, I have done it.
No, I'm getting only the slide which has. It says
Yes, ma'am, you
presenter
have to-
is not in slideshow. That is what it is saying.
Ma'am, up now
Ma'am, please share the.
code. It
No,
is
got
3
it, got it, got it. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. 32613. Ma'am, are you people able to do, or it is just showing certain things, other things? Let me also try.
I joined it.
I see people joining.
Ma'am,
Yes, I
it
see
is
people
just showing your slide. We are not able to do
Yeah,
anything.
see, we are seeing the same thing: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic.
Yes, ma'am, here also.
joining. Okay, so what can you see? I'm just coming. What can you
Presenter
see?
is not in slideshow.
Yeah, yes.
All
We
right.
are saying
one
save
second.
slide.
All right, ma'am. Enable. Okay. One second. Somebody's playing music. Excuse me. Ma'am, just tell me now. Can you do anything? Is there any other thing which is going on now?
Ma'am, it shows save slide.
Yes, ma'am. You have to type, no? All those. Okay. Fine. Now, ma'am. Now.
Okay, the activity is required. you
This
to submit
activity
a word or
requires you
only
to
one
submit a
submission?
word or phrase.
Word
Only one
clouds.
submission
Yeah.
is allowed.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
word
Only
clouds.
one submission, because one only
Okay,
you are
fine.
going to type.
Yeah.
Now, what is the class code?
Ma'am, 32613.
It's
What have to type in this, ma'am?
You just have to type whether you are a auditory or kinesthetic or visual, whatever things that you have
Yeah,
done.
ma'am. Okay.
So we will see who all are visual, who all are auditory, and who all are kinesthetic.
नव्या क्या बोला था इसने?
Class code is 32613.
But ma'am, mine is not showing on your board. I typed in the word cloud.
Ma'am, it will show. I will just show you the responses now.
Okay.
It will run for 2 minutes. It is coming on a ending time. So 10 participants are there.
No, but can we access those questions? I thought we can access those questions to check our style.
Oh yeah, I can send you this one, ma'am. But you need to see it right now.
No. I mean, we can
Yeah,
just.
that would be better, ma'am.
Ma'am, so far when I was telling you, I asked you to note it down. So once again, if I go, then once again I will have to have that amount of time. So whatever you are, you can just type. You can just type whether you are an auditory one or a visual one or a kinesthetic. You already know out of the examples what you are.
Even it's showing that you have submitted the responses.
Yes, ma'am. Only one response. Only one response.
Okay.
So can I? There are only certain people who have done it. Okay. Another 5 seconds. I'm going to close the submission. Yeah. I'm just saving it for review. I'm viewing the responses now. When I type this one, auditory listeners are Bhavani, Kusum Rathore, Jay, Deepali Agarwal, and Meena. So how nice it is to see who has typed. You just have to go over there. This is ClassPoint app. And I want to see who all are visual learners. So visual, there are 2 people. One is Jasjeet Kaur and Archana. And who has typed yes? It is Dr. Surya Bano from, I just wrote it, from Chhattisgarh, I believe. And someone has typed 2. So it is Kirti who has typed 2. And who has typed good is Rubina. Excellent is Rakhi. Kinesthetic is Tanuj Kapil. And there are more learners of kinesthetic learners, Deepika, Preeti, Pinky. So you people must be learning by doing. So even I belong to that category. And I touch other things also. So it's very nice to see, the top answers of this one is when I click on this one, I know that the top answers are auditory and kinesthetic, whereas visual is not coming in the scene, right? So I'm moving on to the next one. Okay. So this is what I said. My main style is, this is your report card for today that you can carry home, that what type of a learner or what is your style of understanding certain things. Now, this is not the end. I have one more thing to tell you. This is one child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. Do we all agree to this?
Yes, totally.
Absolutely.
Yes. So whenever we go inside a class, whenever we are teaching, you teach with pleasure so that your students learn with pleasure. This is my humble request. We as teachers, we always do it. But the students also, when we are teaching something which is not reaching the students, naturally the students will be, it will be monotonous. It will be a very monotonous class. The children will not like our teaching. So we can't ask those students, they will try to talk or they will try to do something else. When they're trying to do something, that means they're getting distracted. They're not listening to us. So we have to first see what type of a learner are they. If they're kinesthetic learners and if they're just moving from here to there, they just need a space to move from here to there. So we need not tell them, sit in your place, keep the finger on your mouth. All these things are something where we should avoid. Okay. Now, I just wanted to tell you, there is a quick poll over here. How did you find this particular app interesting? Yes or no or unsure? You can just click on this and tell me. So what happens is it comes as a
There is
quick
one
poll.
more person.
So I want you to
Kamaljeet
type
Kaur.
this one.
Sat Shri Akal,
Just you
ma'am.
have to go to this
Welcome.
32613 once again
Sat Shri
and
Akal,
just
ma'am.
look at the quick poll and type yes or no or unsure.
Thank you. Nice to see you here.
It is the same class code. Or something or other that we have not even thought of.
A warm welcome
I'm
and a
still
very
not
good
stopped.
evening to all
It is
of you.
just a final thing that I have come to. But there is many things like I have
Master
to say.
Trainer, Mrs. Mala, Deen Dayalu, Master Trainer.
Is something
as well as
happening?
Mrs.
Can you
Kirti,
click on
Master
yes or
Trainer,
no, Asha?
are here to give our input.
No, ma'am, that view is not coming. Just it is
Okay.
giving same slide.
Now the presenter is not in slideshow.
All right. Okay, fine. Slide. Now it is showing that one. Okay. One or two. Just take this one, ma'am. I have pressed this one. Can you see this one?
No, ma'am, that view is not coming. Just giving same slide. Now the presenter is
32613 is the class code.
32163.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Has it changed? Has it changed?
no, ma'am. It's 32613. Someone said wrong.
Okay. So I have started. Just check it out, ma'am, whether you'll be able to do or something. 32613.
Ma'am, it's not coming. Your slide is coming. That's all.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
your slide is visible.
Now? Now also?
Nothing is
Save
coming.
slide.
Your save slide.
Okay. I have done it. Okay, anyways, like, okay, fine. If it is not coming, we'll just leave it like. But it is showing you response. I have shared my screen slide only.
Like one or two word about this seminar.
The option.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please. One or two words जो है, and इसके बाद there is something which is very novel thing for you for the learning styles.
It's mentioned one or two words about this webinar.
Yes, ma'am. About till this.
But
one,
when
what
I
you have.
click, I'm not able to type. I clicked on that.
Ma'am, actually, that is a slide, ma'am. We couldn't
it's a slide.
give the response
You're not
here.
able
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not able
Okay.
to
Type
do that.
or write anything.
Hmm.
Okay, you're not able to do it. We'll do it towards the last. Okay, before that, I have something else also for you to know. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Can you see my screen? Can anyone tell me
Yes,
what
ma'am.
can you see?
Yes, storytelling. Yes.
Yes. So this is a particular type of a style. We will come to that later on. There is a small glitch over there. I can understand. Now over here, what happens is it is like how you want your book to be. So over here, I have a storytelling, and when I click, I can have it. This is my book. I'll just tell you how it happens. I'm just pressing the play button over here. You see, it will be in the form of a book. And when I click on, it just turns. I have just placed a calendar over here. And on the next page, I have a video inculcated. How would you like a book having a video? So if I click on this video, it will start. Okay. It's taking some time because might be my. Okay. Just a second, ma'am. It's taking some time. I think the load is much on my side. So the net ka jo speed hai, it is not showing me. Yeah. This is a book where a video is also inculcated. So how many of us would love to see a storybook inside a book? A story inside, a video inside a storybook. So this is a video which can be played after also. So there is a story which is running. So what you can do is you can also, I'm just closing it over here. You can ask questions. So this is my voice where I have given, asked a question over here. What was it? It's a story about a farmer and it's a magic pot. So I asked the question, what was a doing? So the next question is, you can also ask a question in this way to your students by showing the video. So what did he find? He found a magical pot. And So this story is all about he finds a magical pot, and whatever he places in the pot, he will get hundreds of that. So the first thing what he kept in the pot was a spade. The second was grains. The third was mangoes. The fourth was fruits. First one was vegetables, and the last one was textiles. So you can ask all the learners whether they love to see this particular video. Everybody would love to, and you can also ask your learners what type of questions that you want to pose to them. You can ask all those questions over here. And one more activity what you can give is, as an English teacher, you can try and make a story by looking at this picture. You can just give picture comprehension. You can just give a picture and ask them to comprehend on that, or they can write a story about this. There's a tiger over here. There are 4 or 5 cows over here. The sun is shining bright. So you can get a story you can give them some time so that they make a story out of this particular picture. And the next one is, once again, I have posted a video of 3 pots, and then there are certain questions which are asked where you can embed these messages, voice messages also. And over here, the same good old story of a hare and a tortoise lived in a forest. I want this, they don't want me to read. I want the system to read for me.
Ala ma'am, may I ask a question just to interrupt in between? If
Yes,
you don't
ma'am.
mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, this is reminding me of like it's a PPT incorporated with video. I think this book is made with that.
No, ma'am, not at all. I'm telling you, the tool for this that I made is called as Book Creator. You can create
Okay.
your own books,
Yes.
and you can ask the particular system also to read.
Yeah, great. In PPT also we have certain features. Where
No,
we can,
not this is not a PPT.
that
this
is animations. Yeah, we can.
so
incorporate.
this is a different one.
Yeah, so many tools are coming up.
So, Bala ma'am, somebody is telling, please mention the tools once again. So, please. do
Yes,
it.
ma'am. I will sure. Once after this, I'm going to tell you how you're going to do this.
Ma'am, can you give any names like this type of books
Sure, ma'am.
which we can
Sure.
explore? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. There is a Storybird, Story Animator, and you have this one, a Book Creator. So how are we going to go to this one? Go to Google and type in the Omni box, Book Creator. Can you see what I'm typing now?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So just type Book Creator in the Google Omni box. That box is called as Omni box. And then you have the first one over here, bookcreator.com. Just click on that. I've just clicked on that. You get a book with the scissors. This is an image. Now what you will have to do is, you will have to sign in with your Google account. So it's on the top rightmost corner. You just have to sign into the Book Creator over here, the yellow color bar that you find. So you just have to click on that. It will take you to this particular place. Over here, you can click on the new book. How do you want your book to be? You want it in a square, you want it as a landscape, or you want it as a square? So let me go for a square book. You just click on the square book. Now there are many options that you find on the rightmost top corner. There is a plus symbol. Now this plus symbol, there are many things over here which you have: images, camera, pen, text, record. I will tell you what are these. And then there is the center button called as I, which is called as the inspector button. Now, how do you want your cover page to look? Whether you want to have this type of an image, okay, it will give you this type of this one, or you want to have something like this, it will be there. Or you want to have a plain background, you can also choose many colors that you have over here. And you can choose patterns also. What type of a pattern? I want to have this type of a pattern. I can use this. Or you want to use this type of a pattern. You can also use this one. So in this way, you will have to make this particular slides, and then you will have to press on this plus button. You want to type any text, you just press text, and you have your text over here. This is for learning styles. Okay, and just click done. You will have the text over here. You can drag this, you can change the colors of it by clicking over here. Go to the inspect button. You want to change the color of this. Okay, I have changed it. You want to change it to red, you can change it. You want to change it to yellow, you can do it. And then once again, you go to this plus button. You want to have an image. So search for an image. I'm just typing learning style. So when I press learning style and search for an image, I will get a image. Suppose I want to have this particular one. I want to have this particular image in my book. So it will immediately, you can do it over here. The same way is done for the video also. So it will take some time for you to embed the picture over here. Meantime, I can tell you, suppose not only one page, you want to have many pages, you can just click on this leftmost top corner where you can see my hyperlink. Just click on pages, and you can just click on this one and insert a page. So you have the 4th page. Now you want to have the 5th page, just click on insert. Now you want to do any changes, just click on the 2nd page. After clicking the 2nd page, you want to have the cover of that one to be in this mode. So just click on this one. So once again, you go to the pages and click the 3rd page. What would you like to have the color of that? You want to have, say, this color. Okay, fine. You can also click on that. You can have borders. If you just want borders, you can click the borders like this. So you can make your page in a very friendly way. It's a very friendly tool. So you can go for borders, you can go for many things by pressing this pattern. You can just dig into it. You have patterns, you have textures. You want your paper to be covered with this particular texture. Yes, it is done, right? So just go to the inspector part and click on and just browse for your own self, like what all can you do. These are the things which are available, and you can also embed, you can also give a recording to this one, just like I gave a recording. So record and just press start recording, and here we go. Hi everyone, hope you liked this particular tool. This tool's name is called as Book Creator. You can just go to the search button and type Book Creator, and you can have your own book. So I stopped my recording and I can play my recording. So this is how you can make your own book with the help of Book Creator. So isn't it fun? So how can your learners leave you like that? Being if you are an effective teacher, you got to dig into all.
Yes, Archana ma'am, you will be getting a certificate that we have not mentioned in our rollout poster, but yes, we will be sending you the certificate.
Someone had asked for, can we add our text?
Yes, you can add your text.
You can add your text also over here. So how did you like it, ma'am? Just give a thumbs up or just write if it was good, the app I had to dig in for you. Did you find it useful? And if at all you have any problem while doing it, you can always call me to ask. You can always problem me by giving, this is my WhatsApp number. You can ask me, ma'am, aage kaise karna hai? I'm there for you. Always remember, my name is Mala and this is my number. You can ask me. It's a very wonderful app. Like each and every teacher can create a book of their own. आप स्कूल को मतलब ये चीज लेके जाने का जरूरत ही नहीं है. You can just copy paste all the things and you can show your students.
Ma'am, where is the link and add this link?
Pardon me, ma'am. Ma'am, what did you say, ma'am? I'm sorry.
2074.
Ma'am, did you say anything?
Ma'am, attendance link.
I'm just sending you, ma'am. I'm just sending you. 2 seconds. I will be sending it to you.
Nice session, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. And we have Kirti, ma'am, who is going to continue. Kirti, ma'am.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm just typing the feedback form here for you to get the feedback. Just a
I
minute.
have done it over here. Please fill
Okay.
this form. I have done it over here.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Please fill this form, ma'am.
So we have already crossed 1 hour, so I'll quickly rush into what I have to share with you all, as Deepika ma'am has already told all the teaching styles that we have all been using for years, and Mala ma'am has nicely given the information about the learning styles and the online digital tools she has taught. Being a computer teacher, she is well versed with all these things, and being connected to both Deepika ma'am and Mala ma'am is really nice learning opportunity for me as well. And I will be talking right now with about the hybrid learning, as Deepika has already explained what is hybrid and what is blended. So I'll be continuing with that, because this is the one thing that we will be using and we have already started using in many schools. So let me first show you my slide. We educators are always ready to learn new things, and this COVID has already made everyone to just learn everything. And we educators are always quick at adapting new things and learning new things for our learners. So we are no longer, is this visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay. So we are no longer the age-old teachers who were strict disciplinarians. We have to accommodate ourselves and adapt ourselves according to the our learners, and our learners are having different. It's a dynamic world. They are changing, so we are changing, and this pandemic has also made us change our teaching styles a lot. So, what is hybrid learning basically? Would any one of you like to tell? Can I make it a bit? Is this visible now?
Yes, Kirti ma'am, you can go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, okay.
Basically, hybrid learning is, it's a mix of online as well as offline.
Yes, I'll explain it in detail right now. As in this picture, it is showing that the teacher is there in the classroom, in the school itself. There are certain learners in front of her, as well as there are certain learners who are seeing her remotely on the laptops. So this is what is hybrid learning basically. And it is a bit different from the blended learning. The teacher is teaching. Here in the picture we can see that there are certain a group of learners who are sitting in front of her, and there are certain learners who are watching her remotely from their devices. She is also teaching them in the same time zone, at in the same place. She is in the classroom teaching both the students simultaneously, both the set of students. So there is a bit of difference from the different learning styles. So hybrid learning, how is it different from online and blended and flipped? That I would tell you first. In hybrid, as I told you, that it's in the same time zone. There are two different set of learners studying in the same time zone from the different places, and there may be the remote students can learn. Otherwise, also, if the session is recorded, the recording is presented to them. Just a minute. Online learning, as we all know, that the students are studying remotely from their own places, and they are not present in the classroom, so the environment is not controlled. They are learning at their own pace. It is completely online. It can be through LMS, through learning management system, or it can be through any digital mode. It can be informal, it can be formal. Blended learning is this learning is going on in the classroom, but the online experiences are given to them in the classroom itself. So it is in a controlled environment. And the flipped learning is where the student is in charge of his own learning, and the teacher is the supervisor. So the students are given certain assignments which they are doing on their own, and they are presenting under the supervision of the teacher. So what happens in this is both online and offline, as I have already explained in this. So I will not go into this. So let us see the characteristics of a hybrid learning space. There is more flexible teaching and learning. They are open to more type of learners because students are learning at their own pace. They are getting all the online study material and recorded lectures and all the PDFs. Also, they are getting live session from the teacher. If they want to come to school, they give consent. The choice is of students. It is student based learning, student focused learning. So students are benefited with this, and more type of learners can be accommodated in this. For example, the students who are getting admission through NIOS, or they are private enrolled students who were not allowed in a traditional setup of classroom or school. Now they also get the study material through online mode. They also can access all the videos and the lectures. So EdTech optimization is there through LMS, and this environment can be controlled through LMS because if anybody who logs into that gets the learning material, study material. So both online and in-person classes happen in this. So what are the different activities that can be incorporated in hybrid mode? What we can do in hybrid setting? That because we have to follow this in our classrooms from now on, and this is going to be followed because traditional setup we cannot anymore adapt to. We have to mix the both kinds of learning together. So in this, there can be direct instruction mode teaching, where it is very simple to the traditional method. The direct instructions are given. The lecture method is being given to the students, and teacher-centered kind of learning is this. It is very simple. You just need the resources to connect to the students. Another one is play-based teaching. In this, we incorporate certain plays. For example, in my viewboard classroom or ClassClick, we can share the whiteboard with the students who are remotely connected. The students there in the classroom are already present, and this whiteboard students can also access. They can do whatever has been given, the task that has been given to them, and this the teacher can choose to share it with the class, or the teacher can himself or herself see what the child has done. In 3D dais, what happens is, this is a dais which we can they roll it, and whatever number comes and the task can be assigned to. For example, they're rolling the dais and 6 comes. So any task that, for example, the teacher may say that you attempt, now the number 6 has come, so the student has to attempt the question number 6. If number 1 comes, student has to attempt question number 1. Or it can be incorporated in any activity. For example, you can use it with Scrabble also. You have to mix it. The 3D dais mode has to be mixed, can be mixed with any kind of games. Maybe on the board, if you can play any kind of, maybe you can give them education of nutrition. You can have a snake and ladder game, and then you can roll the dice. Whatever number comes, the child will go to that and get that knowledge. Or you can play Scrabble with them. Whatever number comes, they have to write. For example, number 4 comes, they have to write a 4-letter word. So this kind of play can be incorporated. So this is classrules.net, where other kind of games can be accessed. Another one is game-based teaching. There are so many safe kid games on the internet. We can access those. Clue is another one where we can give clues.
Ma'am, can you repeat the site you just said? Sorry, classtools.net.
Classtools.net, I said that it's where we can access various tools. Okay, we can check what tools we can use. There are so many, as just Mala ma'am showed one. There are so many digital tools available these days. In Clue also, the child can play a character and give a clue, as you must have seen. I have seen some video games where children they play the video games, and I can see that there are certain character would be, a butler would be there who would give a clue. It would be like a clue that the butler is there or a hand is there. So it's a clue to the children. So that way, this clue game can be incorporated in the class itself. So you give a clue and make a story out of it. Another one activity could be prompting. You are giving prompts. it is like a guided prompts. You want you give certain questions that acts as prompts to lead to your lesson or to your activity, whatever you want to make the child learn in the class. Like charades, we can use these dumb charades so children can play that. Model teaching is where the teacher is doing something and the children are doing side by side. For example, you can show the maths equations, you can solve them in front of them. The students are also solving side by side. So this is some task that the teacher is doing and the children are doing side by side. So the Gravit Designer and Canva are such tools where they can design their own templates or videos or PPTs. They can make their posters on any subject. With any subject, you can use this. You can use this in engineering for the 12th graders, or for from 6th class onwards. We can use these tools where students enjoy playing with the gadgets and innovate certain new ideas.
Kirti ma'am, can you spell out all those things so that I can type over here? It's viewboard or then
my viewboard classroom.
Another
is Classics, CLASSKICK.
So for this my viewboard, my request is just go to YouTube and type. There was a person by name Naveen Gupta who recently did a
just 2 days back.
Yeah, 2 days back he had done it on my viewboard. So you can go and watch that particular thing also. And one is Class Tools, what I had given it earlier, classtools.net. The next one is my viewboard. And what is the third one? 3D dice?
3D dice is where we can play the dice. It's a dice that
and
is 3D.
One more is Classkick, right now?
Classkick, yeah.
So
that is the whiteboard. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
The students and teacher can share on the same platform.
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the activities we can use in the hybrid teaching, the cooperative learning tasks we can give. For example, we are giving children certain tasks, for example, research assignments or the games where they are made into, groups are made and students have to do it in groups, and they will have cooperative learning. And how they will do? They will connect with each other digitally. The need is that they have to have resources and they have to have certain basic knowledge. And the benefit of this is that the students will be the students are already digitally advanced from us. In fact, we have to learn from them so many things. So they pick up really fast and they enjoy these activities. So this is a really very good way of engaging students, and this is more of student focused and student focused learning basically. So they can also have peer assisted learning. Now in all these tools, we can give them a gallery walk also. The gallery walk is like you create a chat box or a gallery where they can show their work. And when they are showing their work, they all can correct each other's work if they are working in a group. And they can learn from each other. So they can see each other's work. They can do a poll also. From poll everywhere, they can fill the poll whose work is the best. Collective notes can be given. With all these things, they can have, they can show their work in the gallery, and they can learn from each other also. The creative activities are they have to complete an image on the whiteboard, or you use an app or you share with the children and they will complete it. One word story you can give, free write, you can give scavenger hunt, show and tell art show. You can make students do certain things. You can make them different characters, and on Flipgrid they post their videos. They enact as certain characters or newspaper or anything, or they can recite a poem and post it on Flipgrid. It's a very good tool. In service learning, they have to volunteer to the community. They have to do internships. This way they apply their knowledge that they learn in the classroom. They apply it in the community. And then they have to, this doesn't need the use of gadgets. There is no need of all this. Only when they come, return back to show their work, what they have done. Any videos or photographs or the documents. And again, they can have a gallery walk for this. Think, pair, share. Here the students are asked to think on certain problems any larger scale problems can be given, or any problems that school may have, or for example, like these days we are having sustainable development goals. So students can be asked to give solutions to certain problems. So they have to think, then they have to pair with their peers, and they have to share in the classroom. So when they share, they can give a 2-minute presentation. Also, this can be a fish bowl activity. Fish bowl is like, it is similar to, you can say that there is one group in the classroom, another group is watching the same class remotely. So one group can be sharing their whatever they have thought, and the other group becomes the audience. So the audience would be sharing their point of view, how the presentation was. Similarly, the other group can be the center stage, the ones who are in the remote, they can present, and the ones in the classroom will be giving their feedback. So again, we can do the poll everywhere and take their feedback.
Now, is Fishbowl app, or it's something?
No, it's like an activity kind of. You can make 2 groups, because in hybrid learning we already have 2 groups. One is in the classroom, other is already attending the class outside remotely. So the 2 groups are already made. So if it is done in a traditional classroom, we can make 2 groups. The one would sit in the center, and the other would be outside as an audience. The center one would be presenting, and the audience would be watching and giving feedback afterwards. Now I would like to show you a video how the labs are being functioned in the hybrid mode.
Kirti ma'am, are you saying something? We are not able to hear you.
You're not able to hear me? I played a video.
No, ma'am.
It is. Is it visible?
Something with regard to digital electronics?
Yes, this video is being played. You're not able to hear it?
No.
Okay, I'll try to share it later on. I don't know how I will share it, because we did not create a group. But then I was trying to tell that it's a V Lab, that is a virtual lab that from Ministry of HRD for the students. These IIT students are already accessing it. This is a kind of simulation. If you can just see, I'll click on the another video. If you just you cannot hear it, you just see it. It's a simulation experience wherein you don't have to be present in the school to experience this. You can do it virtually also. Just try to see it.
Yeah, this is the same way as we used to do the chemistry experiments. Just take a burette, just take a pipette. So there will be a hand taking all those things and take 5 ml solution. And you need not be in the school lab. You can do it. You can have a concave mirror. You can have a convex mirror. The focal length. All those stuff can be done. So it's a virtual platform where you can do your lab exercises. It's fun loving also. Even I have gone through this. Is it so, ma'am? Is it the same thing, Kirti ma'am?
Ma'am, it's a virtual experience of doing things.
Yes.
With your, like students play video games, they feel like they are there, they are present. So it's a simulation basically. You feel it.
So If you feel so, I'm giving the link over here so that they can watch it later on. It is called as VLab, right?
There is one VLab. There are so many. If they will access the Google, they will find it. VLab. So
You can just type in virtual labs. So you
Yeah.
get many sites regarding it.
The
So
schools
you can have a
basically
look.
need to have the resources to incorporate all these things.
Alright.
The students can get accustomed to this. In normal schools where there are not many resources, they incorporated like either the lab assistant or the teacher is there in the classroom and they are doing it and showing it to students. But then in that case, students are not able to do it. They are only getting the demonstration part. In these VLabs, students are themselves able to do it. But I think this would need more of resources. So now I'll quickly go to the what are the benefits of hybrid learning? Can anyone please tell me whether they really believe in this?
If any one of you have not filled the form, please do fill the form and please attend to her.
As we all already know that it is we can attend more students with this, we can collaborate more classes if we have to attend to them online, and larger audiences can be catered to. Not only in schools, we educators are also getting benefited from this in the way of these webinars we are attending these days. The teacher is telling something and we are attending, though virtually. Also in corporates, this is being adapted, because a lot of commuting time and the arrangement and everything that was needed earlier to create a physical setup is not needed. Online mode is being preferred, even if you have to make arrangements, so certain people can attend virtually and certain can attend physically. Again, I would say that the inclusive learning has become possible with this, because the students who are disabled can be with their caregiver or the parents at the in the safe zone of their home. They don't really need to go to school, or if they prefer to go to school to have all the special tools that are there in their classrooms for them, they can attend to classes, or they can remain at their home as per their convenience. Again, I would say it is good for parents also, because they are able to see how their child interacts in the class. They can also see the classes, whatever is happening. A trainer does not need to be present all the time in this, because recorded lectures and students are learning from their own pace.
Quickly, let her session go.
The value of traditional training has become really valuable these days, because listening
they're
to
joining also. They're joining also.
Listening to recordings all the
She's doing
time
very
is
fast.
not really
21
preferred,
हो गए हैं.
especially people who are accustomed to the traditional mode of teaching. Obviously, a teacher's role cannot be replaced with the use of technology alone. A teacher's place would always remain there, even if the technology surpasses. So we are
not
using
at
the
all. I was
technology
not
for the
at all.
sake of our more engagement and more learning. But a teacher's place cannot be replaced with that. So people who are
I
accustomed to
have
the
already sent
traditional
that
mode
recording wala this thing. I will resend it to you all.
really welcoming this step. People,
I think you just
as
have
we
to-
have
you don't have to think about
already done that webinar,
मैं
wherein the
Google
students
कर
were
देती हूँ.
telling that they are not liking the online mode at all. It is because they were not getting any discipline and they were not having their self-discipline also. So they want a controlled environment in the school. So this traditional mode coming with the online learning is really welcome and has gained more value. Now the teacher can use more digital tools, so she is getting more time for useful discussions as well with the students. Now I'm talking about the other kind of employees who are not only students, many traditional learners and blue collar workers. They appreciate hands-on training. They want to come to the physical classroom and attend the sessions. Difficult topics students can learn on their own at their own pace. Obviously, the teacher can give the timeline by which date they have to accomplish the task, they have to complete the assignment. But then the students who are struggling with their studies get more time to come at par, and also those who are above above average or are high graders also get extra tools to study. So both ways it is good for students. Now there is reduction in cost. Obviously, initially there is an effort in raising the resources, establishing the resources, but then when the resources are established, there is a reduction in cost because not many teachers are available in many areas where they are specially hiring the virtual teachers. So when the digital resources are available, this would be a reduction in cost. Now the bonus advantage is that this is it is more engaging and it is more interesting. You do not need to repeat again and again to check because recordings are always available. Hybrid learning removes all the problems of the traditional learning. Now let us come to the disadvantages. There is an extra effort needed in part of the teacher, extra amount of work involved in the early stage of hybrid learning. It is not easy to switch to a new method. There are so many schools who are still running with the traditional mode of learning and teaching. They are still not ready to change. So switching to a new mode is really difficult for everyone. Not only for them, everyone, I would say. Learning something new and getting accustomed to it is really difficult. It can take a while to reap the benefits of this learning approach because not everyone accept this quickly. Lack of motivation is there. As I said, the self-discipline is missing. Only very disciplined people would be focusing on online mode. Simply, they have to come to classrooms to remain engaged and motivated. So not everyone is very motivated to learn all the digital tools and different apps and different kind of learning material that they have to just do on their own. And there is a lot of distraction on internet as well. And not every hybrid learning model is suited to every person, task, subject, or organization. Students or employees who like all the work to do from their hands would not like sitting in front of a screen. They would need a basic technology knowledge. They would need resources as well. I would say in a government setup, for example, there are many students who are only first generation learners. Their parents are not educated. They are not really equipped with so many resources. A whole family has a simple basic phone, not even smartphones. So basic technology knowledge is a question for them. In fact, they are not able to have the gadgets to have this basic technology knowledge. For this, actually, this came into my mind as I was watching one YouTube video of this Chai Sutta Bar. He was telling that when they were young in their schools or college, what they used to do is they would collect their pocket money, and 3 or 4 of them would buy a smartphone, the latest one, maybe second-hand copy, so that it would come cheap to them. One day, one would take to their home and access it. The other day, the other one would take it, and the third day, other one would take it. So the 3 of them would use one phone, so one resource, and the 3 of them would get accustomed to the latest phones. So this is a very good way of using the resources. Even I would like to say that people who are less resourceful can try to do this, because I can see that there are many people who cannot just take this, the learning that is happening these days in the pandemic, when the schools are closed or they are not able to come. Also, there is economic crisis. They are busy trying to earn. Even in the government setup, where the parents are letting their children do some work or take care of their homes while they are away. So this way they can use the resources, they can collect the money, and they can take the classes. Or I would say that government should also start with the community labs. Like there are community parks where everyone can go. So the community labs that would be digital, where the students can go and access the gadgets and take their classes or maybe the recorded lessons. Also, the government is already, Delhi government is already coming up with the virtual schools.
Okay.
I don't know because it is starting how it would come up. So I think the community digital labs can be set up. Yesterday only in Man Ki Baat I recorded this suggestion. I don't know if it would be taken up or not.
Correct.
Another disadvantage is that the plagiarism and credibility problem, because students when they use it, the internet, they would just copy paste from the internet.
Adi second comprehension they koncham.
So they would not use their own mind. They would not use their own creativity. So the critical thinking, that we want our students to have, to gain, that plagiarism can stop that.
Acha Prasad, నాకు ఒక కాల్ వస్తుంది, నేను తర్వాత నీకు ఫోన్ చేస్తాను.
Now there is a problem with their health issues. They can have eyesight problems with the overuse of screen, and people may get tired with this. On sitting on the computers whole day always makes you feel tired. People are growing lazier. They just don't want to go out. They don't want to dress up properly. Daily routine discipline is lost, and obviously lack of resources. But in the end, I would say that this is hybrid learning is the future, and obviously we cannot simply go ahead with the traditional learning. We have to adopt to hybrid learning because it is a blend of the two worlds. It is the best of both the worlds. The traditional as well as the online mode is blended, and this hybrid mode is obviously going to be accepted in the near future. These are certain resources that I had used to prepare this slide. And thank you very much. I've taken a lot of time.
This is what you call, when you use other resources, this is the best way, as Kirti ma'am has done towards the last, that she had shared that she had taken the resources from these places. This is a very good practice where when we use your internet, you will have to do these things.
Radhamani madam, are you planning to tell something?
No, that was by chance. Thank you so much. Any other things to be told? Very well said, Kirti ma'am, Deepika ma'am. There were many insights that were covered. Actually, Kirti ma'am has digged into the internet so widely, so she has got such a lot of points for today. So it's really a appreciable one. Being a psychological teacher, she went to the other end to dig into many online tools and all these things, which I have just shared from the way that she had been telling. So there are many things that I have written, typed for you people, so you can go through that. And also to Deepika ma'am, thank you so much. So can we end the meeting right now, ma'am, with your permission, please?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Deepali ma'am, for your support, and thank you, Radhamani madam, and I thank
ma'am,
all
we will get in touch with you shortly for the certifications, because I have all the forms. If you have filled the form, you will surely get a certificate within a day or so, ma'am. So we are all equipped, we are going to schools also. Kindly give us a day or two, so we will send you the certificates.
Yeah. Thank you, Bhavni ma'am. You have been here from the beginning. Thank you so much. You have been patient enough with like all of us.
So
Thank you so much. Anudatta ma'am is also here. Anudatta ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All the three resource people were fantastic, and it has added to my knowledge so much. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much.
Bhavani ma'am had joined even earlier. She has kept herself connected with us. That's a really
actually these type of things, it matters, even though it is like one or two words of it gives